A massive good afternoon to you from us all, and there is a lot of us here at Beauty Crowd TV. We've missed you. We've missed you, haven't we?
My heart has been breaking.
Oh,
absolutely breaking. Tell you, it's been 6 weeks of heartache for me.
I know, 6 weeks. Have you missed us? Because we've missed you.
Crazy.
We've missed you, and I think we can happily say we are coming back with a stonker of a show for you, an absolute stonker. My name is Ray Carpenter. Welcome to, of course, Beauty Crowd Live. And this, of course, as you already know, is the gorgeous Amy. And we have got a lot of guests with us, of course, today as well. It is going to be a packed hour, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I'm saying an hour. Might go over a little bit. Might. It's just so jam-packed, isn't it?
I know, this is the thing. It's just too much goodness in today's show.
And it is gorgeous goodness as well. We are going old school, and I tell you what a show to come back with. We are bedecked in sequins, glamorous jewellery, incredible makeup, and phenomenal hair looks for the next hour, and it's going to be really, really exciting. We're going old school. We're doing accessible, which is what our lovely resident makeup guru is going to tell you about in a minute, accessible and achievable vintage old school looks. We've got proms coming up.
We have.
Graduation ceremonies. It's wedding season, and old school vintage is right back where it should be, at the forefront of those magazines, of course, on your tabloid magazines, in your huge sort of your Vogue, your Harper's Bazaar, you name it. Old school glamour is back, and it is really, really time that we all learn how to do it. Taking some lessons from the old icons. That's what it's all about today.
That's what we're doing, and working it for a modern twist.
Absolutely, without a doubt. You should see the dresses that we've got for you. Mwah, they're gorgeous. Some incredible jewellery as well.
Exactly.
But Amy, it's been a busy old 6 weeks.
It has. It has.
Tell us what we've been doing.
What haven't we been doing?
I know. That's probably easier.
There's been conversation upon brainstorming session.
Yeah, there have been.
It's been rife in Beauty Crowd TV HQ. We have been talking hair, makeup, skincare, lifestyle. There's been everything. We're coming back. Like Ray said, it's going to be massive.
Well, look at the new set for a start.
It's going to be massive.
It's still not finished, but the set is going to look awesome. We're here, we've got our lighting, we've got new cameras, we've got new crew, we've got the set up and running. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting in. And that's what's exciting.
We got a token plant.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. We got greenery on the set.
It's a fake yucca.
It's
That's what I like.
Is it a yucca?
It's a yucca.
It's a yucca. We love it. We love a yucca. But it's been manic. It's been brilliant, and we've got so many ideas. It's just going to be brilliant.
It really is going to be brilliant, and I hope that you can come along on the journey with us, because I tell you what, it is flying here. There is so much progress. It's such exciting times for us. It really, really is. And you've been with us since day one, so I'm really hoping, and we're really hoping, that you're going to carry on coming on this journey with us, because it's going to be a really, really, really exciting journey. So yeah, we're looking forward to it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Really. Now, Beauty Baron has had to vacate the premises.
He's
not because we've kicked him out. He's had to vacate the premises this afternoon because his kids have come down with a bit of a fever, so he's gone to be daddy for the afternoon, isn't he? So he's hung up his hat for the afternoon, and yeah, well, the cat's away, quite frankly.
Who knows what's going to happen in the next
Lots of mice
hour.
are going to play, is all we can say this afternoon. It's going to be a jam-packed show. We have got so much coming up for you. As ever, we've got our competitions, haven't we, Ames?
Of course, we can't have a show without competitions.
No, we've got some awesome competitions as well for you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that in a moment. But also, I think that it's fair to say today that this is probably one of the most adventurous shows that we've done so far, I would say.
I would definitely
agree. It's not just about the makeup. We've gone hair as well, and my goodness me, have we done hair well for the first. I've got to say, beautiful, isn't it? And also, dresses. Now, you're going to see 3 incredible dresses today. We will give you all the details about those dresses, but just enjoy them, because you know when you're like a kid and you're doing dress up, and you see those incredible moments where, you know, you're wearing your mum's jewellery, and as a kid, maybe you tried on your mum's wedding dress, or maybe a beautiful dress maybe that she was wearing to a party. Those moments come true for our models today. Not us.
Not us, sadly.
Not us, sadly, but for our models today, that dream does come true. The dresses are exquisite,
They are amazing, and they have been the talk of the offices of the last couple of days. And Yeah, I'm jealous. I need a couple more sequins in my life.
I need a couple more sequins and a few more meters of tape and material
Tape,
to wrap
mesh,
around. I don't
anything.
think I'd fit a thigh in one of those dresses if I'm being honest with you, but they are beautiful, they are to die for, and we're going to talk to you all about those as we're coming up. Now, as ever, we of course have got our resident guru. We've got a guru-esque, goddess, makeup goddess, guru-esque. You know who she is. Han is going to be talking us through those looks in a little while. Han's going to be talking through the looks with us very, very soon indeed.
Don't know about goddess though.
Oh, well, I don't.
Oh, no, I think so.
I think it's fairly fitting myself. I think it's fairly fitting. And all things makeup, of course. This woman knows everything about it, and she's going to be talking you through those looks as, of course, we go step by step through them in a little while. But first, let's go through. We've got a surprise I forgot to mention.
We have. We've got a cheeky little surprise. We're not going to reveal too much, but if you were listening carefully, you will have heard models. There is another guest appearance to come later today.
In a little while.
So exciting.
It's going to be awesome. And looking hot as well. We have got 2 competitions running today for you. And of course, as ever, because there's so much information to take in, because they're such awesome competitions, we've put together a little advert for you. If you fancy taking a look at this, take a look and see what you could be winning today with us here at Beauty Crowd Chat Live. Welcome back. Yeah, competitions are awesome. Please do send us in your selfies. We cannot wait. We've got a team waiting to see your selfies, and we really, really look forward to seeing your vintage looks. Now, to give you a little bit of time, of course, to collate all of those things that you need together for this look, we're going to talk to Han very, very briefly. When we've spoken to Han, we are going to give you, how much time do you think everybody needs to collate that makeup together?
If you've got your makeup nearby, I think a minute or 2.
Han's saying 5 minutes max.
5 minutes?
5 minutes max.
5 minutes.
Make
supermarket sweet.
Yeah, it's one of those
Go around the
moments.
house.
Just grab that makeup, because Hannah's going to take you through that look step by step. But actually, what we wanted to do today, and the kind of inspiration behind the look today, and we were talking to Hannah about this a couple of weeks ago, and that's where the inspiration obviously came from. But there are a lot of celebrities at the moment going back to old school style glamour. Now, obviously these days, we're so used to reality TV stars. Nothing wrong with that at all. Reality TV stars is the way that TV is evolving, it's the way that the celebrity is evolving. But if we go old school, you know, we're talking about some really iconic household names. You know who we're talking about. Dame Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, and we will talk about those very, very soon indeed. But today's A-listers are doing that look, and they are doing it well, aren't they?
So well, and so gorgeous in the princess.
Oh, so beautiful. We have been admiring the likes of Blake Lively. We've been admiring the likes of course, of Taylor Swift, who are all doing old school glamour. Leah Michelle, for example. You know, there are so many A-listers out there at the moment that are doing old school and doing it very, very, very well. So we thought that we would take that inspiration and bring it to you. So, Han, my love, you are going to recreate that phenomenal look for us today, aren't you?
Yes, it's going to be an easy and accessible look. So it's going to be achievable for everyone to do when they're at home. And it should be really easy, step by step, for you to follow.
And this is all ages as well, isn't it?
All ages can wear this, and you'll be able to see this a little bit later with our guest appearance. But yeah, it should be really achievable for you to do at home. And I've taken a look that can be used from any age, so from really young to really older. It just depends on
what mature is the term we're going to use, Han.
Sorry. Doesn't matter what age you are, basically. So we're going to do a look that's suitable for all.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, and it's also going to be achievable and within a set space of time. So I'm going to talk you through it step by step. and I'm also going to tell you now what sort of products you're going to need for this look.
Perfect.
Okay?
What I was just about to say, obviously we've got Katie with us in the chair. Welcome, Katie. And Katie has got the look of Blake Lively about her, isn't she? She has got a real Blake Lively about her. So obviously we're going to be sort of doing the tutorial on Katie today, but also just wanted to point out, because obviously one of the things we've got to mention is all of those A-listers that we've just talked about very, very briefly, and the A-listers that we're going to talk about throughout the show. Obviously they have a team who do their hair, who do their makeup. Hours. We're talking hours of preparation.
Usually about 3 to 4 hours preparation, and they start from the morning.
That's lovely. I'm a working mum.
Yeah.
Lots of people out there got kids, working full time, not even necessarily with kids, but busy lives.
Yeah.
Who's got 3 hours in a team? So that's what you're here to show us.
That's what I'm here to do.
That's why you're here. That's why Hannah's here, because Hannah's
going to...
Hannah way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so Hannah's here to show us that kind of really accessible way, as you were saying.
Yeah, easy way. So it's something that you might do already that you can adapt. Obviously, you might not want to do the full look, but it is adaptable for the look that you want to create for the day. You don't have to take the whole look that I'm going to create. You can use parts of it, and you can add that onto your normal regime.
Gorgeous.
So it's easy and accessible for you, and it also is achievable.
Brilliant. Okay, so we need to go through what everybody needs to collate, yes?
We do indeed.
Okay,
we have got our wonderful graphics prepared by the wonderful Gary and Nick. So we will take you through those. If we can have a little look on the screen, and we'll start off with your base products. So you're going to be wanting your foundation, you're going to be wanting your liquid highlighter, you're going to be wanting your concealer, your blusher, your bronzer. Those are very important for this look, Han. You've got to get your base right.
Yeah, liquid liner.
Liquid liner.
Liquid liner.
I'm making a note. I'm making a note.
My papers.
You're also going to need your translucent setting powder. You're going to, and actually what Han's using is the e.l.f. Essential Eyeshadow Duo in Butter Pecan.
Yes.
Yep, so that. False eyelashes we're talking about, not anything else falsy. We're talking the false eyelashes. And you've already applied these, haven't you, honey?
Yeah, these have been, I've pre-prepped, so we don't have the, oh my gosh, the glue's not going to set. Yeah. Because don't forget,
it's very
when you're at
here
home,
as well.
When you get home, it's going to be something you're going to struggle with, but I am going to show you how to do it when you do get home with the pack that I have got today. And it's a 2 duo pack, which is really easy. I'm just going to show you guys anyway and just talk about it because it's amazing. You've got your tweezers in there, you've got your glue in there. You've also got 2 sets here. I've used the 1 set on our model today, which is the top set, and I've used the bottom set on our second model that we have in today. Our guest. So yeah, they're really user-friendly. I also have a pair of scissors which I had from home, and these are purely because you need to make sure they are the right length for your eyes, so you can make sure that you're measuring them correctly.
Perfect. And the eyes really do have it when it comes to that vintage look, isn't it, Han?
Yes.
The eyes, all in the eyes.
The key is minimal. Especially with the vintage look, it's all about the drama, but more with the lip, because during that time, obviously, it's where the lip was really in, it was really strong, it was bold, and that's what you'll see on all the red carpets and all the icons are wearing it.
We're looking forward to it, we really are. Also, you're going to need your brown liquid eyeliner, your black mascara. Now, you've got the e.l.f. Eyebrow Treat and Tame, one of my faves.
Love
Thank
that.
you, Han.
We've got eyebrow police.
Rose-coloured lip liner, pink or berry-coloured lip gloss, fuchsia-coloured lipstick, and makeup brushes for the eyes, lip and face. Now that rundown can appear on your screen at any time. If you want another sort of recap on that, that can appear on your screen at any time. Do send us a Twitter, or a tweet rather I should say, Facebook of course, or of course you can get in touch with us on the Beauty Crowd website as well. Just get in touch with us if you want to see another update of that list, of that rundown.
On that note, Han, we've had a question come in. Somebody hasn't got an eyeliner, a liquid eyeliner, they've got kohl. Can they use kohl?
Of course they can.
Beautiful. See, anyone can get involved. If you haven't got one of the items that we've mentioned today and you want to see if you can use an alternative, pop the question through and we've got our guru/goddess here to help.
Guru's kind of male.
I know.
Goddess.
I don't mind being a guru, that's fine. It's more me.
Guru goddess. They kind of rolls, they kind of works.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, but before, of course, we do sort of go into depth with the makeup, we need to talk about the hair. Jade from Grace and Evie came in earlier on for us, didn't she? So one of our salons that's locally to us here down in Beauty Crowd. She's been in, Jade, earlier. Now we're going to see that footage in a couple of weeks' time. So that's going to be played out at the tutorial on how to create this sort of siren, screen siren siren hairdo, of course, that we've created on Katie. So Jade has come in and she's created that. So let's just take a look at it. You can see we've got some beautiful soft tussled waves, some incredible curls off the face, but incredibly glamorous, isn't it?
And that's one thing that in the tutorial Jade kind of talks about, is how the hair off the face just adds that extra glamour, but it's soft and it's feminine and it's gorgeous. And as you'll see in the tutorial when you look, you can wear this a couple of different ways. So you can wear it in front, having it either side, or swept to the side, which I think adds a little bit more glamour, and I think Katie's working it well.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what we should do. Should we have a quick look at Blake Lively?
I think we should.
So this is the look that essentially is the inspiration for today's show. Obviously, we've kind of looked old school, but the most recent and most, well, I would say talked about icon at the moment, a more contemporary icon, is Blake Lively. Check her out. Recently, she was at the Met Ball, of course, over in New York, looking spectacular. The gown, the dress, the hair, the makeup, everything about that. If we take a look at that image, because of course that is exactly where the inspiration for today is coming from. She looks incredible. Say again.
What we've done, we have tweeted that link out to that look.
Okay, we've tweeted the link out. I do apologise. We've tweeted the link out. Do have a look at Beauty Crowd Live to have a look at the tweet. Of course, you can just Google it as well, or any internet search engine will bring up that photo. It's at the Met Ball. That's the one that you want to be looking at, the most recent one. She just looked exquisite, and that's the look that we're trying to recreate for you here today. So we've got, of course, the look coming up. What was 2 weeks' time, or was it next week, were you saying, that the look for the hair is
We're going to be getting it out next week.
Next week, that look is coming your way, so you'll get to recreate that. And of course, if your prom is coming up, if your graduation ceremony is coming up, if you've got a wedding coming up, if you are the bride, if you're attending as a guest, and you just kind of want that little bit of a wow factor look, this is definitely the route to go. Definitely. It's timeless as well, which is great to see, isn't it? Okay, so keep your questions coming in. We've already had questions for Han coming in. If you've got any questions, of course, about hair and, of course, sort of ideas for hair coming up, as Amy was saying, we'd love to hear from you, because obviously in upcoming shows over the next few weeks, we want to be able to address your hairstyling issues, your hairstyle, I would say, sort of queries, if you want. Get them into us, and we're going to do our best to help, aren't we?
It'd be better if we can know what you guys need help with, and then we can help.
Absolutely. It's your show at the end of the day. That's what we're here for. So get those questions in. You can do that so many platforms. You can do that Twitter, Facebook, blogging, of course, as well. And of course, by just getting in touch with us here at Beauty Crowd. We're running 2 competitions today. It's going to be a very, very exciting competition for you to be a part of. Get your selfies in. Obviously, we do understand that if you're following the tutorial, we might not see your selfies until the end of the show.
Which is okay.
But we are hoping to be bombarded with your photos, like you always do every time you join us here at Beauty Crowd. So I hope you can join us for that. It is a very fantastic competition that we're running, and take a look at this, because I think you're going to need all this information, jot it down, and be a part of today's competition. It's an awesome competition, I think you'll agree, and a great comeback competition as well. Welcome back, of course. We are live for the first time in 6 weeks, if you can believe it, which is unreal. But we are back, and we're back with a great show for you. Now, we are going to get started on our tutorial, aren't we?
We are indeed.
Han is prepping the gorgeous Katie, making sure that we don't spill anything on that dress, because it's quite exquisite. You are getting a sneak peek at Katie's dress, of course, while we're doing the tutorial. It is actually from Selfridges. The 2 dresses that you're going to be seeing today are on our models. Not giving the secret too much away. Are from Selfridges, and we've got, of course, our vintage dress from Posh Frocks, and you'll be seeing that in a second. But that's proper old school Marilyn, isn't it? We're talking curves, we're talking fishtails, and we are talking old school glamour. So you're going to get a look at those. It's a little bit of a sneak peek. Details of those dresses will be coming up. But Han,
yes,
take us through this look, my love.
Okay, so Hi everybody, I'm Hannah, lovely to see you all and welcome back. I'm so pleased to be back on the show. So I've started off by applying the lashes first. So when you're applying the lashes, it's really important to make sure that you do the eyeliner, the liquid eyeliner first, because when you apply the lashes, if you look up for me, you can see sometimes there's a bit of white, so I'll show you on my eye here. So sometimes there's a bit of white, so you want to make sure that that's not showing. So that's a really good tip, is put the liner on first before you put on the lashes, because that's going to make it look a bit more bold, a bit more dramatic and a bit more voluminous when you're applying the fake lashes. So I've gone for the Fake Lashes Flirty Lash Collection today from e.l.f. Cosmetics. They've literally the cheapest thing I think I've come across, and they're so good because you can reuse them. They're $4.50 on the website, so really easy to use. Plus you could use the tops or the bottom sets depending on what look that you're going for. So today we've gone for a bit more of a dramatic look, and I know that Blake Lively had a bit more of a sporadic lash, so that's why I've gone for these, because you can see all the little bits inside there just coming down, so it gives you a bit more drama, a bit more definition. So they're the ones that I've gone for. A great tip, so I'm going to open this up for you. I think some of you might have heard me say this before. You apply the lashes using the tweezers. You take it from the corner and you're just going to tease it at the side and pull. And that way it comes off in like an easy strip formula. Really important to use as well is your fingertips, and you want to wiggle them around a bit because you want to make sure that they're going to be able to move and you're able to set them in the correct line that you want them for. So they're going along with the lash line. So I tend to hold them like this for a bit, so it looks a bit like a caterpillar. It's just how I like to describe it. And then when you're applying the lashes, it's really important that you double check the length of the lashes, because you don't want it poking off the side here. You want to make sure that they're going to be the right length for you. So I take the lashes, I'm going to apply them directly over the top, just so you can see what I'm doing. And if you notice, if I apply that over the top, you can see that that's slightly too long. So what I've done is I have trimmed them with scissors at the corner there. Okay, so you just do that really easily, trim them at the corner, and then they're ready to go on.
There's that tendency as well, isn't there? That if they're that too dramatic, there's a little tendency sometimes they can be a drag act. We want to avoid that.
Yeah, a little bit. But
Daisy the cow.
Pardon?
Daisy the cow.
A bit Daisy the cow, I would say so. Yeah, but it's making sure that you get the correct lashes for what suits you. And ask people's opinion. Your friends will tell you the truth. Ask them. If they're good friends, they'll tell you the truth. So I'm just going to pop those down there. A good tip with the lashes again, when you apply the lash glue onto the lashes, wait 30 seconds for it to dry or go tacky, or use my little trick, is I pop a little bit just on my hand here, and I wait for it to go a bit tacky, or I can't go like this and it feels tight on my hand. That's when you know that it's ready for you. So you can put them on and know and be safe in the knowledge that they're going to set and they're going to stay. So that's always my biggest tip. So making sure that you trim them so that they're the right size for you, making sure that you wait for the glue to go a bit tacky, and then apply, and making sure before all that you put a bit of liquid liner or a bit of kohl pencil just along the lash line, pushing it in slightly if you want to, and that will give you the perfect lash look then, and you're ready for the rest of your makeup then. So I'm going to start now by applying a base, because it's a crime not to prime, over the eye area. So I'm going to be using today Hannah's favourite, champagne. I can't help myself. If I'm not drinking it, I'm putting it on. This is my favourite primer, as you all know, for the eyes. I'm going to be using my concealer brush. I do apologise, I'm going to be going to my kit every time. Concealer brush. This again is like a paddle brush, and I love this primer because it's like a taupey that matches the dress, which is really important. So when you're doing things, either match the primer, the eyeshadow, or your base to the product or the clothing that you're going to be wearing. Close your eye for me, because don't forget all this coordination of clothing with your makeup is really key and trending this season.
I mean, it goes back to the old school as well, because when we start talking about old school, we start talking about vintage, obviously, you know, you have the likes of Mae West, who is kind of the first screen siren. She was incredibly controversial, but she was the first screen siren. She was one of the first to kind of really be out there, and when we say out there, I mean out
literally.
there. We do
Bold.
mean out there. Yeah, she was. So Mae West obviously was the kind of the first screen siren, kind of old school, kind of set the bar really. And when you talk about Mae West, and of course you talk about the films that she appeared in, you talk about the dresses that she wore. She was all about the curves. It was all about the curves. It was all about that womanly hourglass figure. It really, really was. And the dresses that you're going to see today, and of course, our models, you know, we're using proper women with proper curves. You know, so it's all about being very realistic, and as Han was saying earlier, about it being accessible and kind of getting back to that old school glamour. Because Mae West, you know, all the way from Mae West all the way through to at the end of the scale, Marilyn Monroe. You know, and of course you've got your Audrey Hepburn, you get your Grace Kelly, you've got your, you know, your Dame Elizabeth Taylor in between, Sophia Loren, for example. But actually, when you look at the kind of who's topping and tailing those screen sirens, Mae West and Marilyn Monroe, it's the curves, it's that kind of, you know,
femininity.
It's the ensemble as well.
It's iconic femininity. That is what is really key. It's embracing the shape that you are, the woman that you are, and making everyone know about it.
Exactly, and embracing the real beauty, and that's why that's what we want to do. We don't want to be, like you said, it's just false lashes. That's the only false thing about it. So we just want to be real and celebrate that kind of natural beauty.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Going to be going on to the duo now, available online. Again, these are so perfect. It's simple makeup. This is the thing. Key is simplicity, okay? So I'm going to be using the lighter tone here, and because already I've put the primer on, I'm going to be using this directly over the eyelid.
That primer's beautiful. It's got such a little gentle sparkle to it as well.
Yes, that's what I love. And don't forget, if it's catwalk beauty that you're after or iconic beauty that you're after, something subtle is really, really important, guys. It's key. Not too over the top. Using the C brush to gently blend, pat, set. Again, the primer is going to help because it's going to stop any creasing. It's going to intensify the eyeshadow pigment. And again, I'm not packing it on too much, guys, because I don't want it to be too bold. This is a subtle, sexy, feminine look that we're after here.
Essentially, everything about this look is just accentuating what you've got, isn't it?
Accentuating
to the hair.
beauty.
Exactly.
Second brush I'm going to be using is the contour brush. You guys have heard me say this before, in order to make sure that you've got the correct shading in the contour. So keep your eye open for me, and we're going to create the rainbow effect. So just from the corner and round. Very subtle, not intense. It's not about drama, it's about natural beauty. So very softly goes. Because you put the primer on, don't forget, guys, it's going to be so easy to blend. It's going to be so easy to apply, and the intensity is going to be there for you. You're not going to have to compact the product on. Keep your eye open for me. It's really key for those ladies as well who find that they get the overhang of the lid. A lot of people come over into the store and they always mention this. If you keep your eye open, you know exactly where to place the product. Everyone's going to see the product. Doesn't matter where you put it, so long as you keep your eye open and you put it directly where the lash line is for your top lid, you are sorted.
Full of tips.
I know. I'm literally. I'm riveted. Purely because I'm thinking, yep, I got that. Yep, I got that.
Eyes open. Eyes on the prize. Now, I'm having a couple of Mae West quotes put through to me from the girls in the office.
Come and see me sometime.
We got one, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough.
Yeah.
Nice. We like it. And then we got this, there are no good girls gone wrong, just bad girls found out. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, Mae West was the kind of the catalyst really when it came to vintage glamour. If we just kind of move through the years, you know, you do think of, and we're going back to old school, and I know there are a few of our iconic A-listers at the moment who are sort of embracing that old school look.
Exactly.
But when we go back to old school, you know, I mean, these were huge, huge, huge stories. You know, their jewellery were stories. I mean, we're talking front page news for Dame Elizabeth Taylor, for her dresses, her makeup, the looks that she wore. And from the start to the finish, you know, her looks were some of the looks that Dame Elizabeth Taylor wore throughout the years, you know, the jewellery that she was bought. In fact, if you ever want a really good read, it's raunchy, don't be a prude, but reading Richard Burton's love letters to Dame Elizabeth Taylor, wow. Yeah, that man was passionate. Welsh blood, see, that's what it is. It's the Welsh blood. But of course, when you start thinking about the old school glamour, the lips, just like Han was talking about, Dame Elizabeth Taylor with those red lips, you know, that really, really, really kind of a bold lip, that smouldering cat's eye effect, you know, we're talking old school glamour. And as we move through those years as well, you know, we've got to remember this sort of the iconic sirens. Audrey Hepburn was a little bit out of the norm actually because she's quite waif. She was quite slight, she was quite petite. And so she didn't have the curves of Marilyn, she didn't have the curves of Grace Kelly, she didn't have the curves of Sophia Loren. So she was kind of a new icon that was coming into play. But again, when you start thinking about those iconic looks, you know, the beehive.
Hello.
Not looking anywhere in
I'll take care of that
taking that little bit of inspiration from a bit of Audrey there. You know, it's the entire look that we're looking at today here at Beauty Crowd. So it is the hair, it is the makeup, we are looking at the dresses, and we are looking at those jewellery as well. So that in itself, you know, we're going to be looking at the pieces of jewellery, of course. You know, if you think about Elizabeth Taylor, ruby rings, you know, she was bought a ruby ring by Richard Burton Christmas Eve in 1964. I think it was about $2 million at the time. So we're talking about proper old school jewellery. But let's have a look at Mae West. You know, she was the original siren, you know. She's the one that broke the barriers. She was so incredibly controversial. She really, really was, you know, that peroxide blonde, the bare shoulders, the low cut dresses. You know, she really was. Of course, then that was Jane Crawford that you just saw then. So Jane Crawford again, you know, just breaking that barrier and tipping the balance, you know. So after that, you've got to start thinking about the waifs that come through, which is, of course, she is queen of the waifs and queen of the kind of pixie sort of look, if you like, which is Audrey Hepburn. Famed for pearls, you know, famed for that tiara that she wore at breakfast at Tiffany's. But actually, outside of the film, she was quite pared down, you know, cropped trousers, kind of polo neck shirts. But of course, you know, she was the pixie. She was really, you know, she was that kind of real different mold of iconic inspiration. But of course, when we talk about, you know, we move on to the likes of Sophia Loren, but when we then talk about the iconic siren, I mean, I am obsessed with this woman, you know. I've read every book about her, I've seen every film, but when it comes to Marilyn, no one quite does siren like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, she is the epitome.
Yeah, she really is. You know, and yes, obviously we always associate her with diamonds, but also we've got to be thinking about, you know, pearls as well. Joe DiMaggio, who was one of Marilyn's husbands, yeah, she did have quite a few, but Joe DiMaggio bought her a set of Mikimoto pearls. So we are kind of talking vintage quality pearls here, and it was the first photograph actually of Marilyn that was taken wearing pearls, and essentially what happened was that the paparazzi took a photo of it, and that was it. As far as all of the jewelers across the world were concerned, they wanted her to really model their jewellery for her, and it was just by chance that she was packed in this set of pearls from her husband at the time. But we're talking iconic classic pieces of jewellery to go with iconic dresses, to go with iconic hairdos, to go with iconic makeup, which Hannah's creating for us. And again, today we have got some incredible pieces of jewellery, but if we are going old school, and if you are looking for classics, pearls are always going to be that kind of staple go-to, and of course your diamonds. Or if you can't afford the diamonds, we're going to show you how to fake it a little bit later on. So, Han. Where are we at, darling? Right,
okay, now I'm going to show you how to apply the eyeliner. And with the eyeliner, it's really easy. I've done the one eye already for you, whilst Ray was going on about the icons and diamonds are forever.
Aren't they? Yeah.
I can't help myself. Yeah, so I'm just using from the Essential range. It's £1.95. Fabulous. If you're blonde, use a brown. Use a brown.
Use a brown?
Use a brown. Use a brown. It's much softer, it's not too heavy, and it's just going to accentuate the eye area, lengthen the eye area. So I'm just going to show you how to do that today along the lash line. And again, we had earlier about the kohl pencil. You can still use a kohl pencil, so it's really easy. You can just take it along the top there, and then if you look up for me, you can just take it underneath here. Try and use a smudge brush. whoever asked me about that, because with that you can smudge it along the lash line. I'll show you in a second. Just get the liquid liner. I always like to give it a bit of a shake first. And close your eyes. So I'm going from the inside of the eye here and just sweeping it along the lash line of where the lashes are applied. This will give you the perfect line, and it'll help to steady your hand and steady your line as well if you're not so confident in applying liquid liner. I am always quiet when applying liquid liner, so I am going to do that now.
It's the concentration. You
can see that that's a perfect line. What I'm also going to do is take it in the corner here. Close your eye. And using that bottom lash as my guide. So by the bottom lashes, I mean this part of the bottom lashes. Do it now for you so you can all see, guys. Smudge brush, liquid liner. Look up for me. Taking it from the bottom lashes, and that will give you the perfect slight cat eye winged lash liner look. Close your eye for me. Again, this is really iconic, key this season.
Elizabeth Taylor was the queen of the winged eyeliner. Any photograph you ever Google of it, even into her 80s, she was still rocking it. So yeah, it's proper old school.
Okay. And by smudging it into the lash line, you're softening that corner there, and you're giving it a bit more of a bold finish, guys. So look up for me. You also want to place it just in here. Hence why I use a smudge brush, because you can really get that brush, that angled brush, right into the corner to give you the perfect line. That is the eye. I'm now going to move on to the complexion. And guys, it's a crime not to prime, so I'm going to start with the primer.
Han, before we do that, we have had a selfie submitted by the lovely Lisa Prince.
Awesome as well.
We do get excited over a selfie. Now, Lisa Prince has sent in this gorgeous red lip look that she's done inspired by our sexy vintage sirens. She looks amazing, absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for sharing that one with us, Lisa. You look wonderful.
Beautiful Cupid's bow there.
Very good, very nice.
She's got gorgeous lips.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm now applying using the foundation brush, angled foundation brush from the Studio range in e.l.f. $3.95 on the website. And it's just blending it all over. I always do the eye makeup first, because should anything have any fallout or any drop off, you can sweep it away. How does that feel?
Okay.
Have a little feel.
I can feel it. It feels lovely.
Yeah, soft and silky,
I
isn't
love it. After I put the primer on, I'm always like, oh, it feels so soft.
Don't forget, by priming the skin, it gives you a fantastic base. It minimises any pores and flaws, so that when you put on your foundation, it looks flawless. So I'm going to be going for Flawless Finish Foundation. This is great for any skin type. And if you're a slightly more mature lady and you want to wear it in the evening, mix half and half. Half of this with your primer, and that'll create a bit more of a softer foundation look. If you don't want to have that full coverage, full to medium coverage, you know, you can really soften that look.
There's
Just
a lot
nice
of
little tip.
A lot of love coming in for the liquid liner hand that we can see coming through.
Fab.
And also quite a few people saying that they normally, Steph Hopkins is one, they normally use black, but it would be so interesting to use a different colour. I know when I first used a brown, because I've got blue eyes, it made my eyes seem so much brighter, and I was like, oh, wait, we'll
It's
stick with
softer.
this.
If you want to go for that iconic look, it's a much softer, almost classy look.
Gorgeous.
See, I'm in awe of anyone who can do eyes, because it's just the bane of my life.
But your eyebrows are fab.
My eyebrows are getting there, love. They are.
You're like an eyebrow apprentice.
I'm the eyebrow guru. I'm like,
Hannah's the eyebrow police.
Honestly, I'd met Hannah within 30 seconds. She went to me, eyebrows. And then
I sat her down in the chair.
Let's have a talk eyebrows.
Let's talk brow.
We did talk brows. She is my eyebrow goddess. I walked in today and I felt like I was going to have to hide my forehead.
Right.
Don't look at Hannah, don't look at Hannah, don't look.
Get a fringe cut in, especially. Let's hide it down.
Pop your head this way.
Like this. Shh, don't look at her. The eyeliner, for me, I have to say, I need to, do you know what, still at the age of 37, the thought of putting on an eyeliner really does terrify me. I can't get close enough to the lash, you know. What would be your hints and tips as to really just perfect the eyeliner? Any sort of, you know, sort of snippets of gold, hints and tips you can give us?
Imagine this is the mirror, okay? So this in my hand is the mirror. So I'm looking down. Oh, hang on, I've got a little mirror here and I'm gonna do it for you on my own. So I'm using the brown, looking down into the mirror. I can see, if I do exactly what I would do when I'm at home, I can see directly into my lash line. So I'm going straight in, and look, I'm right in. I can get in there. Oh, hang on, camera 2, sorry. I can get right in there, if you can see that, guys.
Yeah.
So you can even lift and apply it in there.
Looking down is key.
Looking down is key because you would do that really naturally.
Can't be doing that, your eye will fall out. Don't want that.
So yeah, that's my tip. Always look down. If you're a glasses wearer as well, pop your glasses on the end of your nose, okay? Really easy. And then still do the same thing because you can go above the glasses. So you're still doing that. So that's a really easy tip for you. But also, if you are wearing glasses that are strongly framed, try to avoid putting liner on the top, just on the bottom, a bit of colour, because it will lift your eye area. And then use your blusher just on the top of the brow bone to just give it that lift. And it'll accentuate a bit of radiance.
Perfect, nice. Thank you, sweetheart. While you're applying the foundation, we're going to have a look at the kind of modern day classics, actually. Obviously, we looked at old school, but we need to see how the sort of A-listers that we're seeing in magazines, how they are putting this incredible look into place. And it doesn't matter where you are looking at the red carpets, in the magazines, those incredible events, there are A-listers doing that old school glamour, and they're doing it very, very, very well. So we're going to be looking at the likes of Sienna Miller, we're going to be looking at the likes of Taylor Swift, aren't we? We're going to be looking at the likes of course, Blake Lively as well. But have a look at this. This is Sienna Miller recently rocking out that incredible vintage glamour look with a modern twist. Look at that. And look at how sleek.
That's the one. It's that curl, the curl that's coming in line with her cheekbone.
Yeah, absolutely.
It works, absolutely gorgeous, and it just follows the line of her face through. It's
This is Sienna at a recent premiere, and again you can see as well with just the sort of the dress just hitting the shoulder there. You're getting a chance to see the kind of the bronze colours and the nude colours and the kind of buff colours that are really sort of working it well on the catwalk at the moment.
And I feel, as we've already kind of mentioned, those colours are flattering for whatever kind of skin tone and whatever kind of, you know, hair or anything like that you've got, that really flattering, really gorgeous.
Definitely.
Just like
fantastic mum of 2, of course. Jessica Alba recently seen sort of showcasing this look as well. Look, now she's gone for a really bright, luminous kind of yellow dress, but still rocking those red lips. And of course the hair, that parting seems to be key, doesn't it? You know, if you remember, if you watched Moulin Rouge, of course, maybe you know, good few years ago now, Nicole Kidman sort of rocking that look in Moulin Rouge as well. And of course, Reese Witherspoon's been seen rocking this look out as well. She does look incredible. Now again, it doesn't matter, but you can of course still work that vintage glamour, even with sort of shoulder length hair. It can still work even if you are, you know, if you've got the shoulder length hair or the long locks, that look can still work for you. It doesn't matter, you know, you don't necessarily need extensions or, you know, long hair to achieve it. It can still be achieved even if it's shoulder length hair. So that's the lovely Reese Witherspoon. And of course, one of the most recent artists to be really showcasing this look, and I'd say one of the youngest as well, Taylor Swift. She knows her old school. She's
always had an air of old school glamour about her.
So here we go, shorter hair.
Gorgeous.
Rocking out those finger waves, and it is, you can see where that clip has been placed to achieve that sleek wave right there.
And it's the shine, and this is something that Jade will speak about in her tutorial. It's getting that shine. It just makes the hair look so gorgeous and so healthy, and it's
yeah, well, if you would like to watch the tutorial, it'll be on next week's show. So keep your eyes out on Twitter and Facebook, and of course everywhere that you can read about us here at Beauty Crowd for that upcoming little segment next week. Looking forward to bringing you that. Where are we at, honey?
we're at the Radiance Enhancer. Radiance Enhancer is fantastic if you want to highlight and you want to accentuate. So you can see that I've used it here on this side. And this is me without blending it in, so you can see exactly where to place it. So you place it down the nose area here, back up to the eye and under. And you also use it just on the side here, a bit like a triangle. So it's down here and down and under. So it's here. So I'm just gently blending that in. Now this is a highlight, so it is going to light reflect. So you can see straight away I'm starting to contour the skin. Using it again on the brow bone to set a highlight. Using the foundation angled brush, perfect. And just in the eye area here. Natural beauty is key.
And I think that's like what we said earlier, isn't it? It's just accentuating, bit of contouring, bring the cheekbones out.
I'll tell you what, I mean, obviously I know the lights are directly onto Katie at the moment, and obviously with A-listers, of course, as they're attending premieres, they've got, you know, paparazzi flashes and all sorts of floodlights and everything on them. So every angle has to have that perfection. But I've got to say, with the light shining on Katie at the moment, you could really see that cheekbone definition with that radiance. Awesome stuff.
I'm now applying the maximum coverage concealer in porcelain. This is really good to give you a bit more coverage. You're doing it over the same area again. I like to use this underneath the lip line as well because it'll set a bit of definition for you.
I was just about to ask why, and she's answered the question before I even got in
never
there, so there we go.
Han, the way you're applying that, obviously you're almost like, it's very light and it's almost dabbing the product onto the skin.
Yeah, you're just patting. Pat and set. You pat and set. You're not sweeping and setting because that'll basically you're fluffing the makeup then. So you're just enhancing and you're just setting the makeup on the eye area there. So you just want to give this blank canvas. You want that Hollywood glamour.
But you really can see that definition. I mean, there is a very clear cheekbone there. Not that, Katie, you haven't got cheekbones, my darling, because you clearly have.
But this is, if you want to have that iconic look, this is the kind of thing that you need to be doing.
It is very, it's almost chiseled, isn't it, you know?
You're enhancing your natural beauty. That is exactly what you're doing. You can see it's here, here and here that you're highlighting. It'll give you lift and a luminosity and radiance to your skin, okay? Then, so I'm not going to set any of the makeup, not just yet. I'm then going to grab my bronzer, which is our baked bronzer. As you all know, I love a bit of baked bronze. I'm going to be applying using my, it's over here when I sat out earlier. I'm going to be applying using the blush brush, a perfect brush for this, because that way you can just set in the angles. So, doing the iconic contour look, taking it from the top of her ear here, just gently sweeping down. So you can see that the highlight is there. Do you see, guys? I'm doing it like a line first. I will blend in a minute, but I just want you to see the angle that I'm doing it. Can you see that, guys, quite clearly?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Good. So now I'm just going to gently blend down. And because it's a baked bronzer, it's more natural. It's not that, it doesn't have any orange pigment to it. So you're finding you've got that natural, illuminatic, sunshine glow. And this side. I'm using St. Lucia, but we have 4 in the range. There's not that much difference. It just goes up in shade and it's just preference. As long as you're using a bronzer, you may already have one at home, guys, so use what you have already. The e.l.f. Baked Blush is just particularly my favourite. I'm also going to show you a little trick. If you want a bit more of a glam and a bit more definition. Bit of mist and set, baked blush, spray the brush, makes it wet. Thinking, oh my God, don't go putting that in the product.
There's a tip for everything.
Does this just cause a little bit more drama for the cheekbone?
It basically gives you that a little bit more definition, bit more shim and glam. Look at the difference.
Beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It is the difference between a natural glow and a Hollywood glow.
Are we talking a bit of longevity as well with the wear on this one, Han? Because obviously...
Of course, if you're using mist and set, guys, you want your makeup to stay on for longer. I am going to be setting with this as well. However, with this product, I like to use it directly onto the product. Use the two together to give it that Hollywood glow.
Gorgeous. So subtle, isn't it?
Along
Really
the hairline as
subtle,
well.
but it's very, very natural as well. You can see it almost looks naturally sun-kissed. It's got a gorgeous
It is,
glow.
and that's so important. Natural really is key. Down the jawline, because don't forget, they get everything done. Celebrities.
They do indeed. Even their shins.
And if celebrities are getting it done, why not me?
Shin contouring is all the
Absolutely.
rage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got the bronzing shimmers. We've
Yeah.
got them in the store as well and online. Body shimmer. They're fab, the little sticks.
To run
Sorry,
down the
guys.
front of the shin.
Yeah.
Down front.
Mhm. Getting those pins out.
We're all a little bit of suns in Swansea. We've all got to get our pins out.
Sun's out, shin's out. Come on.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, I know. Good
Making a hashtag there.
Wow.
Making your
Be
own.
rude not to. Can't have a show without one.
Okay, I'm now going in with the Bliss from the Mineral range. This is just going to give that added bit of colour to the look. How's that looking? How's that feel?
Lovely.
Looks lush.
Bit of a peachy tone to that blush, isn't
Yeah, I'm using Bliss from the range.
And it is absolutely boiling here in the studio today. It is swelteringly hot. We've had to close the windows for the noise of the cars that were
And the motorbikes.
past
Maybe
the
the lorries
windows.
as well.
It is incredibly warm in the studio today. And I've got to say, there is not a moment of dew on Katie's face, where the rest of us are a little bit,
Slowly flaking out.
She's looking absolutely flawless there, Han.
Okay, for that added HD quality, I'm using HD powder, the best seller in our range. It is amazing. It'll be rude not to use it, not to buy it, not to get it.
There would
so
be
it's a crime
equal.
not to prime, it's also a crime not to HDify. Love it. Just sweep and set, just literally powdering it on. It's going to keep the makeup on all day. And I know that in the press there's been something about Angelina Jolie not having her makeup set properly, or there's too much HD powder there because of the camera and all that. I think it's actually been a bit modified, because if you apply this like Angelina Jolie did, you're going to get that look.
Which nobody wants.
So I think sweep and set is much needed. So sweep and set is this.
And you're using the complexion brush for that?
Of course.
You need something that's fluffy then to kind of work
Yeah,
the
of
product.
course.
Soft. That's the thing I find with the brush. It's so beautifully soft when you're rubbing. You know, when it's going over the face. It's actually quite
Nice little treat.
Yeah, it is.
Close your eyes. Also using it over the eye makeup. I'm not going to do the brows just yet, guys, because we want to have those nicely defined. But how does that feel? Good. Okay, so now I'm going to go in for the brows. I'm going to be using the bamboo brush. This is the lash and comb, so the lash and the comb for the lashes there. So I'm just going to gently brush the brows up, because it's all about natural. I'm going to use the light kit with the gel. Just through the brows, just to give it a bit more definition. Oops, had a little fallout, but I've HDified. So this is going to give you definition, enhance your brow shape. And if you notice, they weren't too bold on Blake Lively. So we're just going to brush them through again, just to get rid of any too much of a depth that's there. Brush through with the comb again. Set in with, you know about this one already,
I
guys.
do.
Treat and tame. And this is great for those ladies who don't like to have the bold brow. Just use this product. If I show you on my arm, it just picks up on the lash hairs. put that in front of you actually. So it's like a little bit of colour there. So if you don't want it too bold, you just want a bit of definition, you just want a bit of enhancement, just use the tame, and this is light that we're using. I've got my concentrated face on, I just realised.
It's all coming together though, isn't it? That's the beautiful thing. You can just see it. You really see it. At the moment, obviously, we've been talking, and just so that you're aware as well at home, at the moment, we're looking at approximately 12 minutes in total of Han actually working solidly on Katie. So at the moment, we're looking at about 12 to 15 minutes so far, just in working that out. Obviously, we've been sort of chatting and coming back and forth and interrupting, as we do. But it's around about 15 minutes in total so far. Still left to do, obviously, is that bold lip and a few other moments, of course, as well on Katie. But you can see it all coming together, and that's going to be nice. Always love to see a before and after photo.
We do love
always love to see a before and after photo, and we will be showing that, of course, as well for you. We've also, of course, got our little surprise
mystery
coming up,
model,
and we will be showing off the dresses that we've got. In the meantime, of course, though, we do need to thank Posh Frocks, don't we? While we're talking, because Posh Frocks have actually lent us this. It's got to be said, it does hark back to a very, very, very vintage era. This is the look that you would have seen your Mae West. This is the look where you would have seen your Marilyn Monroe. And with the fishtail, really taking on all the curves, the sweetheart neckline, the whole
bit of jewels.
Yeah, a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of bling.
We do like it.
We do like a little bit of bling. And this specific dress, of course, has been loaned to us by Posh Frocks in Swansea. So thank you very, very much to them for the bow and the lend, and just to see the intricacy of the workmanship involved in all those sequins.
Gorgeous, very gorgeous.
Unbelievable. The jewellery supply today is from Gemporia. So there's the dress that we're talking about. Very Jessica Rabbit.
It is.
Come on. Proper curves on that.
Hugging.
Look at that. Hugging every single curve. And the jewellery supplied today, all the jewellery, in fact, for all of us, is supplied by Gemporia. So just go to their website, gemporia.com, if you want to see the details and the jewellery. The necklace that you've got on with our red dress is a 1/4 carat with silver, with diamonds. The gorgeous Katie is wearing smoky quartz and yellow gold, and of course, a beautiful topaz ring. Our little surprise model later is, of course, wearing jewellery from there as well. So is Amy, so am I. We've been spoiled for choice today with dresses and jewellery. Spoiled for choice. So we really, really have been. Yeah, actually, that's an amazing look, isn't it? We're just having a look online quickly at that iconic Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend dress.
We'll take a little look
that Marilyn
at that now.
Monroe was wearing. Check it out. Bit of leg,
What a
bit
siren.
of cleavage. Gotta be done, and exquisitely sexy, but just done so well, don't you think?
Effortless, and she's got the pose.
She has.
The pose is going to be showcased as well later
We
today.
were talking about the pose a little bit earlier. The pose is going to be struck a little bit later in the show. Not too much longer to go. Hannah, my darling, back to you.
Hi guys. Right, okay, just whilst that was being talked about then, the icons, I've applied some mineral mascara to the lashes. This is fantastic because you've got a comb brush which revolves round, so you can get right into the lashes and attach your false lashes or give a bit more boldness to the lash line there. I'm now going to prep the lip with some lip lock. This is perfect because imagine it's a clear lip liner, but it's also going to prevent any bleeding, and it's also going to make sure that the lipstick is much bolder. Love lip lock. Can't live my life without a better lip lock. It does what it says on the packaging. Then I'm using mineral lip liner in Rose. These are all tones that I've gone for to enhance the Blake Lively lip that she had. So I'm going along the lip line and over the lip. This will give a little bit of a longer wear with the lipstick, should you be sipping on your champagne. I think we should time or actually count how many times I mentioned champagne.
I don't think we've got a tally big enough, Han.
I think we should have some champagne.
That would be wonderful.
That's the next one.
Can't really have a Friday without a champagne. Seems wrong.
So that's the lip line. The lipstick, sorry, I just turned my back to everybody. The lipstick is, again, mineral in fiery fuchsia. A perfect colour there. I love swatching this colour because it just looks gorgeous on. Other makeup artists will be like, why didn't you apply that with a lip liner or a lip brush? No need, done.
You're a rogue, Han.
I'm a rogue.
We have had another selfie through from Lika, who is rocking a winged vintage eye look and a gorgeous bold lip. She looks absolutely gorgeous.
Fuchsia almost, it looks like in
Yeah.
that photo. Mind you, it might be red, but it just might be our screen, but it does look really bold, doesn't it? Beautiful colour. Great definition again. All these beautiful women with Cupid's bow. You can tell I'm jealous, can't you? Non-existent top lip, that's me. Non-existent top lip. All of you got incredible Cupid's bows. I'm just jealous.
Jealous, the old
Jealous.
here. Looking absolutely gorgeous, Lika.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being a part of today's show as well. Keep those selfies coming in. We know a lot of you will be sending your selfies in towards the end of the show. We are totally aware of that because obviously you'll be following the tutorial, but we do want them in, don't we?
We do want to see them.
We do want to see those photos.
Of course.
Han.
Okay guys, so I've now completed the look. I've just popped a little bit of berry cherry from the Hyper Shine gloss range. They're £1.95.
Wow.
£1.95. It's a literally might as well
No
give it to you.
brainer. No brainer.
Yeah. Another thing that I like to do, there's two different choices. I'm going to be popping a little bit of the Stardust, which is a liquid liner, just on the inside of the eye there, just in this case because I know that for the younger generation we prefer a little bit of more glitz and glamour, but this is the complete look. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of colour, just look up for me.
Just picks up the sparkle in the dress. And this is what you were saying at the very, very start, which is about that ensemble, the jewellery, the dress, the look. It's about completing, even down to the shoes today as well, which are full of bling. So it's about that ensemble, which is what you were saying at the very, very start, isn't it?
It's really important. So you've got yourself that little bit of added shimmer, a little bit of added glam. You're tying in the jewellery with a little bit of shine and a little bit of glitter and a bit of glam. And it's all tying in. Dress, ring, earrings.
Looking gorgeous.
Looking beautiful. Let me just take this off for you.
We're going to have a quick look at Katie before Han works her magic. There she is. Looking gorgeous anyway. Looking gorgeous, but now we are going to be having a look, of course, at Katie in all that full ensemble. If you could just straight down to camera 2 for us, and there's the finished look. So before and after, you do look flawless, Katie. How do you feel?
It's lovely. I really like the makeup.
It's
Red
lovely,
carpet ready, I think.
Red carpet.
Brushes are really soft.
Brushes are really soft. You look red carpet ready. That you've hit the nail on the head there, Rings. Looking fantastic.
Oh, you're welcome.
Looking fantastic.
Happy customer.
Definitely, definitely. And the dress, again, hugging every curve. We have used real women today.
We have.
And again, as Han was saying, it's about that natural beauty. It's about that incredible kind of, you know, enhancing a natural beauty. The real deal, of course. The only thing fake is those lashes, without a shadow of a doubt. Thank you, Han, my lovely. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. We are running 2 competitions today. So if you would like a little bit of information about those competitions, have a look at this. We will be having a look at, of course, Kate. In fact, can we have a look at Katie's dress very, very quickly? Is it possible?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just doing a bit of mist and set.
Mist and set, that's okay. Could we
It's
have,
hot.
if you could stand up for us, Katie, and just have a look down at camera 3 and just maybe do a little bit of a turn around for us. That would be perfect. The dress is from, I'm right in saying, Miss Selfridges. Reduced from £84 to £120.
This dress is £150.
£150.
Yeah.
Beautifully intricate though.
Gorgeous.
Looking gorgeous.
From the high street, the detail on it is
absolutely.
incredible.
Honestly, the detailing, the way, of course, as well, that shape just takes on Katie's figure.
Gorgeous.
Looking amazing, Katie. Thank you so much indeed. Really appreciate it. Back to the competition, though. This is, of course, your show, and that's what's really important about this, of course, is that it's your show, your competitions, and this is how you can be a part of today's show. Yeah, so a few of you have already sent your selfies in. Please do get your selfies in to us. I know a lot of you are going to be doing that at the end of the show, of course. And if you are sort of re-watching us a little bit later, of course, because we're always available for you to watch on our YouTube channel as well. So do head on over there and see, of course, if you want to recap on anything that Hannah's talked about today. Of course, you want to have a little bit more of a look at those old school glamour photos.
Exactly.
It's always nice to kind of have a recap of how they did it old school. But of course, what is lovely is that Hannah was saying about it making realistic, wearable and achievable. And we've just seen the fantastic Katie there, sort of beautifully statuesque. And we spoke about Goddess. Well, she really did fit the bill there without a shadow of a doubt. But we've also, I have to say, she is looking absolutely out of this world. From upstairs in our offices, the beautiful Claire showing us how to rock that look. Oh my goodness, Claire, you are looking incredible, my lovely.
Amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. Hannah, you've reworked the look, haven't you, on Claire? Yeah. Come round and tell us all about it.
So basically, I've done exactly the same look for Claire. However, 2 things that are different. 3 things that are different.
3 things that are different, okay.
Yeah, they are the lashes. So I've used the shorter lashes from the eyeshadow, the eyelash kit, and I've popped them, just close your eyes for me, Claire, just on the corner of the lashes there, so they're more of a half-shaped lash. I've also used, all the makeup's exactly the same, so I've also used, on the lips, instead of using Mary Berry from the Hyper Shine range, I've actually used Vixen, because this picks up on the colour of the dress. So again, you don't always have to be matching, guys, with the look that I've created. I've just matched up to the colour of the dress. And then lastly, I'm going to pop a little bit of glamour for Claire, just a little bit of the copper just on the underside of the eye, and this just literally ties in the jewellery with the makeup with the dress. So look up for me, Claire.
Claire's wearing jewellery that's all from gemporia.com. She's wearing white quartz earrings and sterling silver. She's got a beautiful white quartz stonker of a cocktail ring on her hand, and on her wrist she's wearing a Cullinan topaz bracelet. All available at gemporia.com if you want to have a look at that. Really reasonable as well. I think that the most expensive piece of jewellery is £55. So, you know, we're all talking real silver, we're talking real gemstones. Go for it, go and have a look there. And you can really, and this is what I was saying earlier, if you can't afford those massive diamonds, you can fake it with your topaz and your quartz. We're all wearing jewellery from Gemporia. We're all loving the jewellery today. It was like a treasure trove, wasn't it, when we were going through the box today. Very exciting. Very excited indeed. You're looking phenomenal.
Absolutely gorgeous.
How do you feel?
I feel $1 million.
You're in love with that dress as well.
I love this dress. You're going to have to chase me down the road later because, and I'm going to pick my daughter up from school looking like that.
She'll be loving it. It's Tracy.
I can just imagine how Marilyn Monroe and all those other wonderful people feel on the red carpet. You do. You just feel so special.
Yeah, you look incredible.
You look fantastic.
You look incredible. You really, really do. So when's this event that you're going to? You were saying you've got an event coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to a ball in July. So this is sort of like a pre-run.
Absolutely.
I think it's gone quite well.
Yeah.
I think it's a definite tick in the box.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning as well, guys, that Claire's dress is also from Miss Selfridge, and this one was actually £120, but is on sale for £89.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That is
just
about that. Incredible.
Beautiful. The
and
details.
It feels beautiful. It's very, very heavy with the beading. It just feels beautiful. It swishes.
I like this cap.
Yeah,
I really like that.
And with all due respect to you, obviously, you're that little bit older than Katie, of course, but that cap sleeve is just that little bit more demure, isn't it? You know, I know a lot of us like that little cap sleeve as we get that little bit older. The jewellery as well, we've kept it really, really simple with your jewellery, didn't we? We went for just the clear stones. We were kind of emulating the diamond look. But for those of us that haven't got millions and millions and millions of pounds, if you saw yesterday in Sotheby's, £26 million was spent on a diamond ring yesterday at Sotheby's, an auction. for a natural blue diamond. So we haven't got 26 million.
Well, I might have to ask the beauty baron next week. I want a dress like this, $26 million in my life. Please, Neil.
Although when you've just threatened to run out of the building with a dress, I don't know if that'll get granted now. Don't know if you can be trusted, Claire.
Looking fantastic, feeling fantastic. I think our work there is done.
Definitely.
Beautiful. Thank you, and thank you, Claire, as well. Thank you to Han as well for
Not a
taking the
problem.
time out.
And don't forget, in store as well, in Cardiff store, we also do makeups for £20. So if you are going down to the store, that is redeemable against purchases. So it's really handy to know, because a lot of people will feel this good.
That's for your makeovers.
Your makeovers, yeah. So it's a £20 deposit, that's redeemable against purchases, and that's all year round.
Perfect.
Absolutely fab.
Proms, graduations, weddings, bar
we've got loads
mitzvahs,
of
whatever.
But
you
just
want.
any occasion. Or even a Friday.
A day with the wine in it.
Friday.
Wine day.
Why not?
We really do hope that, of course, you have had a fantastic... Well, I'm thinking that today's been jam-packed full. An hour-long show, we're running over, but that's the beauty of broadcasting on the web, see?
We've got the flexibility.
We've got that flexibility of being able to do that and to run over a little bit of time, because it's so important that you get the full picture, isn't it? It
Exactly.
really is. So, Beauty Crowd TV is back. 6-week kind of sabbatical, if you like, but back with a vengeance. We really, really do hope that you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Watch it back online if, of course, you want any recaps from Han. Get those questions into us on Twitter as well. We'd love, love, love to hear from you. Thank you to everyone who's sending in their selfies. We've had some more.
We've had a couple more, and we're just going to do a recap on the ones that we've had so far. So I've got the gorgeous Rachel Lott on my screen at the moment, who has taken a gorgeous vintage glamour selfie. So thank you for sharing that with us, Rachel. You look absolutely gorgeous, and the quality is perfect. Don't blame your son, he's a wonderful photographer. We've also got another image from Lisa Prince, who is equally looking absolutely stunning in vintage glamour with a bold red lip and a lovely smoky eye. And then we've got the lovely Ashley Tiernan sending in a vintage look again with a lovely bold lip. So I think that is the one that everyone's hopping on at the moment. You're loving the vintage bold lip, and I think you're all wearing it very, very well. And then last but not least, we've got a lovely Lika with the gorgeous bold lip and the fabulous winged eyeliner. I think she's working it well, isn't she, Han?
She looks amazing, all of them, and familiar faces. Hiya, guys.
It's great that you've been able to join us again. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, and thank you to Han as well. Thank you to the team. Thank you to our fantastic models. And of course, we've got to say thank you to Miss Selfridge. We've got to say thank you to Posh Fracks. We need to say thank you to Gemporia as well for lending us all of the fantastic jewellery, of course, the beautiful dresses, and of course to Han for taking the time out to show us the magnificent looks. They're flawless, absolutely flawless.
And let's not forget, thank you to Jade from Grace and Evie for the hair.
Absolutely. Of course, you'll be seeing Jade's tutorial next week, of course, on how to achieve those beautiful, beautiful, flawless locks. From all of us here at Beauty Crowd, it's great to be back with you. We're going to be back with you again next week. Han, any last major tips for anybody now who might be panicking about recreating their look? Say, for example, someone's got their prom tonight, or someone's got an event tonight and they're thinking to themselves they want to achieve it. What's the one thing that they cannot do without to achieve that look tonight?
I would say not just one thing, but change 3 things possibly. And that would just choose 3 things that are different from your normal makeup regime. And then that way you're going to feel like you've done something different, and you're still going to feel sexy and feminine because it's your normal look. So then you're doing something that you know that you can achieve that isn't really out there and too bold and too different that you're going to feel uncomfortable. Just enhance what you've got already, your inner beauty.
Amazing.
And that, as we said, was the whole point of the show, to really enhance your natural look, your natural beauty, and to make sure it is incredibly accessible and very, very real. And I think we can safely say that both our models are looking incredibly real. Don't have to be an iconic film star on that red carpet to look as hot as those ladies did today.
Gorgeous.
Perfect stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep entering the competition.
Guys.
Thank you to Han. Thank you to the team. Beauty Baron, we hope the kids are calp-holed up, quite frankly. From all of us here at Beauty Crowd TV, we'll be back with you very, very, very soon. And until then, take care. And don't forget, you can watch us on repeat as many times as you like. Take care. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
See you soon. Bye.